All right, so happy Monday to you, wherever you are on this globe at this very time. I hope it's a very pleasant one for you, and I hope things are going super your way. So we have a Monday grid that we're going to jump into today, and guess who found more of that wonderful we sitting over at the Nachkauf Supermarkt? That's right, I did. Bought 4 cases. But I think I'm going to finish this bottle tonight. Gosh, that is just so good stuff. It's just really good stuff. We're getting ready to be moving into more spring-like weather soon, and maybe I'll be switching over to more whites and Proseccos and spritzer cocktails. I kind of like the Aperol, but I'm really into the Campari and the Venezia Selects, so we'll see what kind of summer goodness will come of that. But in the meantime, we have a David J. Kahn grid today on Monday, April 22nd, on the second millennium, the common year 24, and it's edited, of course, by Joel Faliano. And let's find out what kind of Monday we're going to have. So let's jump into this grid. Oh, wow. We got color in this one. We had animations yesterday, so, man, they're getting spicing things up on us, aren't they? So, non-renewable energy source and the start of an 8-step word letter. Well, let's see. Non-renewable energy source. I'm thinking wood, coal. I don't know. Let's see if we got another down. These manuscript marks. Well, these manuscript marks are called carats. Carats. And that helps me to come up with, I think this might be coal. If that's the case, British princess who was an Olympic equestrian, and that was Princess Anne. Well, for grins and giggles, let's just get this one. Abbott Elementary actress Cheryl Lee Ralph. And out jogging, maybe on a run. Leave, no leaves, say, so maybe rake. And, okay, so out jogging, I'm going to go with it, on a run. And let's go ahead and check here. Capital of Turkey is Ankara. Been there several times. Lovely city. Traditional head garments for Sikh men, and I think they're referring to turbans here, though. I think they're called dasters. It doesn't matter. We'll just go with turban for him. 2-legged stand. Maybe a bipod? And what do we got here? Slowpoke in a shell. I think we're talking about escargot. I think I might actually make that tonight for dinner. I have a whole bunch of it, so I probably need to whip some up. Let's see. Air conditioned, say? I don't know. Element whose name anagrams to groan, and I guess that would be argon, which is also a noble gas, probably the most plentiful gas in both our atmosphere and our Earth's crust. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's number 18 on the periodic table, but I could be completely wrong on that. If I am, call me out. Pamplona bulls. Okay, I think these are probably toros. And air conditioned, say, okay, probably cool. And skaters jump with 1.5 terms. It's an axle. To any extent, maybe at all. Carew, who played Sweeney Todd, that's Lynn. And work of fiction. Okay, Blank Heart, Chicago Roll. Well, that's Roxy Hart. And I think this is green something or other, sustainably produced electricity. Doctor on TV, I'm going to go with Phil. If it was 2 letters, obviously maybe Oz, but you know, he's probably still smarting from that Senate campaign. I want to go with power on this. You know, we can always find out we're wrong, change it later. In progress, Singer Lambert, that would be Adam. Damage as a surface, okay. March. I'm thinking the month of March. Chicago's Michigan, that's Avenue. Kind of bean mentioned in The Silence of the Lambs, and I do believe that is. I had his liver with fava beans and a good Chianti. Clarice, the little thing on his mouth, you know. Fava bean. There's actually a joke in there somewhere. Apparently, you can treat him. He could have been treated with an antidepressant. And I cannot remember for the life of me what it is. I think it's MAOI. It's an MAOI inhibitor. But I think the joke there is that you can't. The one thing you cannot do, the 3 things you cannot eat or consume if you're on the MAOI inhibitor is liver, red wine, or beans. And bean is that Dr. Lecter was a psychiatrist. Surely he had to know that, the character anyway. I didn't realize that until much later. Let's see. Okay, so in progress, afoot. Okay, enough talky. More puzzle. Sweetie pie, probably hun. Suddenly became clear to, maybe dawned on. And you know what? This is a fun Wednesday, Monday. It's not overly challenging, but it's not going to be an easy one here. I can see that. Make out and Brit speak. And I think they're referring to snogging, necking, snogging, making out. Most cliched. Perhaps this is the tritest. And what do we got here? Double helix material, yes. And it could be RNA if it were single helix material. Energy source whose production contributes to 36 across. Well, now again, it could either be wood or maybe even food. So I think we got D there, smidgen being a tad. So we got a W or an F here. Some excessive drinkers. Well, I'm going to go with winos. So that'll handle that one for us. Let's see if we're right. Laughs heartily. I don't know. Sheep's coat, typically wool, right? Yeah. Having a key in music, tonal. Laughs heartily. Maybe it's roars, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Knock the socks off of. So I'm thinking this is going to be wowed. Wowed. And man, am I getting messages. Support for a cast or a word meaning cast. And I think this might be a sling? Isn't that what you wear on like your arm? Sling? Blank non grata. Well, that's persona non grata. And I have never been accused of persona non grata, even when I've been in my rarest form. Talked incessantly. I'm gonna opt for ran on, and the alienist author car, and one symptom of climate change. And I think this is global warming, and that sits up with Caleb there on the alienist, so that's good. Big name in TV ratings. Okay, Nielsen. Allocated with warming, not warning. Good Lord, Christopher, get it straight. Allocated without, it would be meted. Meted out, maybe? Puccini opera, about an opera singer. So I guess you could kind of call that a meta opera. And I think this is Tosca. Then Tosca makes its way into mini a grid. Mogadishu resident, been there as well, in uniform. Somali, signaled to begin as a conductor might. Maybe cued in or on or up. Lina of chocolat is Olin. Lina Olin. And I think that means that we are cued in. It's been a lifelong dream of mine. I want to conduct an orchestra one time. And I want to conduct the song Love is Blue. Paul Marat. I can't remember. Paul Marat? Anyway, Love is Blue. I want to conduct that song with an actual orchestra. I do, one day. Okay, renewable energy source in the end of the word ladder, and I guess this would be wind. So what do we got here? As we speak, I guess now, and diddly squat, nada. Close by, perhaps, is at hand, and the meh is I'm not loving it. As in that word. My darling bride hates that word. She hates meh. Goes extinct, maybe dies out. Kind of sad when you think about it. Mosaic decoration. Would probably be an inlay. And let's see, discovery, a find. And C39 down. Okay, well, we'll have to do that. Controversial coats. I'm thinking furs, but not in Europe. I mean, they're necessary for a lot of people. I could tell you that right now. Rocks, Foo Fighters. Chocolate breed for short, perhaps a lab. Okay, let's just go over here. Carbon-based energy source. So I'm assuming this is going to be a fossil fuel and... okay, fine. Let's just go find out what this is. With blank 49 down, trendy eating plans. So I'm going to go ahead and just say this must be fad diets. Okay, and apparently the aorta made it in here again. And what do we got there? Barking orders say. Maybe bossy pants. A long way away. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Far, a long, long ways. I can't remember the lyrics. Kimono sash is in OB. And what do we have here? Border on, a butt. Maybe. Fabric tears or rips. Pleasant to recall as a memory. Perhaps this is fond, and then that gives us done in Dijon, which is fini. And what do we have here? Ages and ages, perhaps an eon. Oh, well, this is good. SNL VIPs, or perhaps the hosts. I could see that. Unless Lorne Michaels were to somehow multiply himself. Then. Its name translates as waterless place in Mongolian. I know this. This is Gobi. Yes, it takes me a second. Spilling the tea, so to speak, so maybe dishing. Come on, dish. Energy source whose production contributes to 36 across, and now we got food has made its way in. And botches badly. It's probably louses up. What we got here, Abu Dhabi. And man, I really feel like this went a little bit too easy, and like I just screwed up, omitted when I had global warning versus global warming. So did I fat finger? I don't know. But how do we do, Bob? Hey! It's very little as satisfying as that little jazz number when you've gotten it right. So I'm going to go ahead and click admire the puzzle here. I'm going to see what our 8-step word letter is. Coal, cool, wool, wood, food, fond, find, wind. Now that is clever stuff for a Monday. Fantastic. Hey, you know what? It was great having everybody here. The channel's growing, and I really do appreciate everybody who's doing the liking and subscribing, but nothing makes us quite as happy as seeing comments, and that really does make my day. So if you have anything to add, commentary, criticism, it doesn't make any difference to me. Love to hear from you. But as always, come on in, take a sip, let's wind down, and let's do our best to be kind to everyone we meet. And one of the ways we can do that, as we know, is to learn how to say hello and goodbye in other people's native languages. So, with that said, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, arrivederci, adios, aloha, ciao, shalom, masalama, annyeonghaseyo, and tambien. See you next time. Be well. Take care. Ciao.